Hey everyone, to whoever just joined, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. This is about, I think, halfway through the quest. I'm not sure because I don't know when the quest will end, but this is basically the second part of it. And we're basically, I think we're collecting the fragments of Lilupar. So, and I think this was her second fragment, I think, that I collected. You know, when it comes to world quests, something I think about regularly is how cool it would be if at least some of them, they would put voice acting on them. I feel like it would give much more life to them, especially because certain world quests in Genshin are very expansive and they have like a lot of lore and they have a lot of emotional components to them that I think just if there was really voice acting on them, it would improve the experience even further. And I would say this is probably one of those world quests. Although I don't know if how it would feel if Lilupar and the really questionable things that she says, if those were voice acted, I don't know how I would have felt about that. Like some of the things she says are outright racist, so maybe it's better that this wasn't voice acted after all. Okay, yeah, this was the second fragment. Because I'm pretty sure I did this once. Alright, let's go back.
Curses.
Oh,
There's
okay.
sand in my shoes.
Completed second part. Is the third part supposed to be the last one, or? I don't think so, right? Oh, I love this piece of music so much. This and a lot of other pieces of music in the near region. The music genuinely carries this new region by far. It has its like a very distinct kind of composition in comparison to the other parts of Sumeru. Like a lot of Phrygian scale, like the pieces that play in the Chasm and Enconomia, which is supposed to convey this feeling of solitude and loneliness and sorrow, I suppose. Which kind of makes sense considering like the lore of it. To everybody who joined, welcome back. Or welcome, actually. Alright. I don't know how many people are here from the last stream. I know that a couple of people were watching the last stream, but that was a while ago, so... Okay. Wait, what am I shooting? Okay. It says the coordinates have been set, but I don't know what I'm shooting. What? I'm pretty sure the last time I was doing this, there was like a bright kind of marker. Am I shooting that? Oh, I guess that was right. Or it wasn't even shooting, it was just moving. It was just moving forward. I feel like this is the first time that we're controlling a machine like this to this degree, because we did do it to a certain degree in the rainforest region. But this is the first time that we're doing it for this long, I guess. Okay. We're destroying rocks. I suppose those are supposed to be the next locations for us to go. Okay. That's it. Yep. That's kind of suspicious. The interactions between them is always very tense. An invaluable asset. Yeah, that is very suspicious. Outlander friend. That's a strange change of tone, because up until now it seemed like there was like this mutual understanding between everybody. So I guess this is a rather odd turn. I mean, let's be honest here. The reason why Lilupar doesn't like him, it's because he is from the desert and she is kind of racist, so... Traitor. Are we gonna fight him? This is very strange. It's very sudden. I am calm. Pick up your blade. Reminds me of that Harry Potter meme with Dumbledore. Oh, okay.
New
With all my strength. Hey! Share my knowledge. No, my sword. Commit it to memory. How heartless.
Okay. I like how even in that situation he's calling her Wildcat. Wow. So their entire goal by trying to get their hands on Liu Power was to restore the Eternal Oasis? I mean, it's kind of understandable considering the fact that, you know, their living conditions have been quite terrible in the desert, but I don't know. I wonder if this was something he did on his own, or it was something like arranged throughout the entire Tenny tribe. Oh, okay. So it is probably just himself, right? Well then. Just like that, he's gone. Well, that's gonna make things complicated with the tribe. By the way, I haven't asked this already, but you guys can hear me talk, right? I haven't been talking to myself for this entire time, because in the past I have had problems with my streams in which my voice wasn't really delivering. So, if you can hear my voice, it would be nice if you could let me know in the chat. You can? Okay. That's very good to know. Thank you for letting me know about it. For a second I thought, wait, I haven't been talking to myself this entire time, have I? Well, thankfully that was not the case. Is it audible? Is my voice audible? Does it have any problems? Ah, the Fatui, of course. So he was working with the Fatui. They're everywhere, so I'm not really surprised, but that's a shame. This is such an awkward situation. To everybody who joined just now, welcome. I hope you're doing well. Oh well. There was no way out of this without fighting.
Right there. Have a load of this.
I see everything.
Okay.
Of death.
If you see this letter, make haste to the designated coordinates to meet me. Do not forget to bring your contacts from the north. Should have heard of us, the meddling blonde outsider by then. Ensure that the Northerners endorse Jet as their tribe's matriarch. Oh! Wait. Wait, what? So his plan was to make Jet as the matriarch? For my part, I shall do all I can to convince her to marry me. Since Babel treats that traitor's daughter as the apple of her eye and even wants her to inherit the tribe, let her taste the bitter fruit she has sown. Once that happens, I shall revoke all the crimes that Babel has laid on your person and pave the way for your next investment. I won't pursue the matter of your cooperation with the Northerners, just as Babel once secretly ordered. You will be our tribe's proxy for the trade with them. I pledge not to rob or make secret moves against outsiders who have potential in matters of trade with us. Remember to make all haste. You must arrive before Babel discovers that we have been working together. Yikes. I did not expect that. Very strange. I didn't think that he was a bad person. At least when we were doing the quest, it just didn't really seem that way. Oh no. Something tells me that things are not going to be okay at the camp. Yeah, that was a new one. It was usually a very... Usually they would argue for a very long time. What? Lilu Pass. What is with Paimon and coming up with like cringe nicknames? Yeah, that was a very tense situation, to be sure. Oh, that's so cute. Honestly, how can you not love Jet? Like, she's such a great character.
With all my strength. Everyone hold hands.
Time to act. No, my sword.
Okay. Is there something supposed to be under these? Let me check it out for a second.
I can do it.
Okay. What? Okay. That was a little odd. Just crystal flies. Alright. Really thought there was going to be something important beneath them. Changing it back to Naida.
There are still so many places.
It's kind of strange because in the rainforest region, and I think in the first desert region, when you go in the interior of these machines, the music actually changes. There's like a specific soundtrack for the interior of the machines, but the new region, it's the same music as the outside. The same, you know, melodic and melancholic music. It doesn't change at all when you come to the interior of the machine. It's just pretty interesting. I like it though.
Okay.
Don't let any of it roll away now.
Alright, where can I find the template for these two? Oh, there it is. Oh no, these are not templates. These are interactable as well. Let's see. They're up here, maybe? Yep. Okay.
Positions. Everyone hold hands.
So this is supposed to be for what's down there, right? And then there has to be another pair. Wait, are they the same? Maybe they have the same pattern. No. Okay. Maybe it's the beneath the sands.
I want to help.
Sometimes, yes, you're right. Sometimes they're near the interactable, but some other times they're a little bit farther. Oh, there they are. I was right. Okay. Okay.
Don't let any of it roll away now.
I hate the fact that I have to constantly switch to an animo unit. Like, I know we're in the desert, we're supposed to bring an animo unit because there's going to be constant encounters with those things that are beneath
I've been waiting
the
for you
piles
for
of sand.
ages.
But it's kind of like, it just doesn't fit in the team. I enjoy the Bloom team very much, especially recently. since I got Nilu. It's been a lot of fun.
Here! I see everything!
Body in mind.
But as you can see, it deals a lot of damage to your own units as well, to the point where Xingqiu and Knight are both almost dead. So you need pretty high tanking capacity for your character on field. In this case though, like for Alhaitham, it's not that big of an issue because his sword heals himself. Kokomi Supremacy. I know a lot of people use Kokomi on the Bloom team with Nilu, which is fine, especially because for Bloom reactions, usually Alhaitham, I'm talking, please. So usually on Bloom reactions, it's going to be the Hydro that triggers it because of the way the application works. It's easier for the Hydro to trigger it rather than Dendro. So play on Kokomi on field would help a lot. But that also means that you're kind of like wasting a slot because Kokomi on her own won't deal a lot of damage, and all the damage is going to come from the core. Whereas here, like Xingqiu can heal to a decent degree, but he can also deal damage. And then like the rest of your units also deal damage. The Great Mistress. I assume she's talking about the Goddess of Flowers? Requires having Alhaitham? True. It also requires having the sword, because the black sword that I have, it's R5, so it heals 100% of his attack every 5 seconds. So it's enough. With the healing of Xingqiu, it happens to be enough to compensate for the amount of damage that he receives from core. But in other situations, like I've tried playing Alhaitham with another weapon, and in that case, like he dies very easily.
Positions! Hey!
Rain outlines you. I have taught you
See?
everything I
He died.
know.
Just like that. So yeah, in that case, using Kokomi would be good, because then you don't have to worry about your characters dying. Because not only she will not die while she's on field, but she can heal everybody else on the team as well. Plus, I'm pretty sure most people play it like that too. Like, I do remember one of my friends saying that she also plays the Bloom team with Kokomi on field. And some people use Barbara, because not everybody has Kokomi. Knight is a necessity in Bloom, to be honest. Yes, she isn't only a necessity in Bloom, but also in Quicken. She deals so much damage. Like, if you compare her with the other Archons, by far Nahida has the most utility. It's insane how much damage she can do off field. I also got really lucky on artifacts for like Deepwood Memories. And you put a Witsith on her with like good Deepwood Memories, she deals an insane amount of damage. Like for example, in the actual team that I use with Alhaitham, which is Quicken, it's Alhaitham, Nahida, then Kuki, and then an Animal unit usually. Like, most of the damage is coming from Nahida off-field. Although Alhaitham himself also deals an insane amount of damage, because I also got lucky on his artifacts, but Nahida is dealing almost as much damage as him off-field. So she's very useful, not just for this, like, she's useful for Hyper Bloom. I haven't tried her on the Virgin team, but I'm sure that she's going to be very useful on that too. So yeah, like one of the best characters that you can get.
No, my sword.
You better hope that she's rerunning on the next version.
Absorption test.
Oh, what? Oh, I forgot that they had this capacity.
This dance is for you.
Here you go.
She is the entire element, yeah. I feel like anyone who didn't get Nahida on her banner kind of like regrets it now. Because she's just on another level. Like, her off-field application is probably by far the best in the game. I mean, we usually say like Xiangling is really the off-field god in the game, but like Nahida, she is also like just on another class.
I've been waiting for you for ages.
When like on my other team before I got Alhaitham, I was using Kuching for Quicken, right? In that team, the bulk of the damage was actually coming from Nahida herself. Like, Nahida was dealing more damage than Kuching, and that's how I was clearing Abyss, because like Kuching also dealt a good amount of damage, but most of it was coming from Nahida. And like that allowed me to clear the Abyss with Kuching. Like, that's how strong she is. You're stuck with Ternary, Kale, and Dendro Traveler. Kale is also really good. I use Kale too. I leveled Kale to level 90. Also, it's because I have a good weapon for her, but Kale is also great. Like, her application is pretty nice. Especially if you have her constellations.
Positions.
Oh well. That's gone. You had to choose between Nilu and Nahida, and it was an easy choice. Rip your end or increase for sure. I saved a lot of Primogems. I was able to get both of them, but for sure, if I had the choice of only picking one of them, I would have also picked Nilu only.
I can do it.
And Dendro Traveler is not even that bad.
Don't let any of it roll away now.
I would say in comparison to the other elements of the Traveler, by far Dendro is actually the best, at least as far as I've tried it. Because usually before, people used to say that the best element for the Traveler is Geo, but right now I would say Dendro is the best. Especially if you have that 4-star weapon from Sumeru. The one that is event exclusive. What was it called? Zephos' Moonlight? Yeah, that weapon. It's extremely handy on her. Or him, if you have Ether.
There are still so many places for us to...
Ah, it's one of those. keeps jumping. Oh.
Let me weave you a verse. No, my soul.
With all my strength.
The process of elimination.
Dendro Traveler's problem is how his flower blows up when the pyro hits, and that obviously obliterated Kaching's rotations in the Carnibus with the vulture. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's why I never used her. I mean, well, you really shouldn't use her or him in a pyro team. I really wish they hadn't done that, because usually the reaction, like for example when you look at Nahida, if you compare the Traveler's burst options with Nahida's skill, they're almost exactly the same with the exception of Pyro. So for Nahida, for her skill, if there's 2 Electro on the team, the time interval between the attacks decreases, so faster attacks. If it's Hydro, the duration increases. And then when it's Pyro, the damage increases. For the Traveler, when you put her burst out or his burst out, Electro will increase the attack speed, Hydro will increase the AoE, and then Pyro will make it explode. Like, I wish they would have made it so that Pyro would increase the damage from the burst. Your team wasn't Pyro, the Vulture's Pyro attack hits the flower. Yeah, I knew what you meant. I was just saying that that's also why you wouldn't use her in a Pyro team.
Curiosity deserves a reward.
Dendro Traveler's decent in Hyper Bloom? Yeah. But the thing is, for any Dendro character dependent on bursts, you'll have the problem of energy as well. Especially because Dendro, I think the Dendro Traveler's energy requirement is 80. So you're gonna need a Dendro supplement like Kale. Otherwise it's gonna be a while since you can cast your burst. I did use the Traveler for quite some time before getting Naida. I was playing Kale and Dendro Traveler, and it was really decent, by the way. I was using it in the Kuching team, but it wasn't enough to clear 36 stars. I was doing 35, but not 36.
With all my strength.
Rain outlines your...
Here you are.
You have 220% ER on Dendro Traveler, and he cannot get his burst back as the solo Dendro on a team. It's really not possible to run Ayaka Hyper Fridge. Hyper Fridge. Yes, I know what you mean. You can't run the Traveler alone. I tried it, it's just not possible. you need Kale as a side. Plus, like, you will lose nothing if you put Kale. If anything, you will gain because Kale will apply the Dendro with her passive. So when you cast her skill, her passive will allow further application. And if you have the Constellation, I think it's C1 or C2. It applies like an extra 3 seconds, so you'll have like 6 seconds of Dendro application on the enemies after you cast the elemental skill. So like having Kali in your Dendro team is very beneficial. And her own energy requirement is not even high, so... But I am curious as to why you were running Dendro with Ayaka. It's quite the decision.
Positions. Oh. Everyone hold hands.
You think most teams utilizing Dendro benefit from more than one Dendro regardless? Yes. That is absolutely correct. Also because of Dendro Resonance. Because you're gaining up to 100 Elemental Mastery from Dendro Resonance, so... It's actually one of the best resonances in game. Usually, up until now, the only resonances I really cared about was Pyro because of its, like, attack. But right now, Dendro Resonance is super useful, both on an Electro, like on a Aggravate team, and on a Spread team. Like on both teams, having a Dendro Resonance is very useful. So having Kale with the Traveler together, it's like it's only gain, nothing to lose.
Find anything you like?
Icon Hyper Bloom with a Dendro, Shinobu, and Xingqiu. It works because you freeze the enemies and also you get more cores per Hydra application because of how freeze works. Interesting. I haven't tried it, so I don't know how that works because my Ica is pretty cracked. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll try that once. I have all the characters that you mentioned right now, so I should be able to try it to see how much damage she can do. But I'm used to having Ayaka with like an Anemo character to boost, like usually with Kanzua, to boost her elemental damage bonus. So I don't know how much of the damage would actually decrease as a result of this team. Is that like your main team, or is it something like you're trying as fun? Because it is not like a primary choice, I assume at least.
Rain outlines your...
Since Hyper Bloom alone can carry a team, Ayaka's damage as a carry is just additional damage, and Freeze is good, so it's a nice option to make Hyper Bloom feel a bit more smooth. Understandable. Oh, you only ran the team once today, and it didn't work due to a lack of Nahida. Ah, I see, so it's a new thing. I thought you've been, like, trying it for quite a while. Maybe I'll try it since I have Naida. I should be able to put your hypothesis into practice. You've seen lots of unusual Ayaka teams, like an Ayaka Shattered team with Albedo. That is a very strange team. But I suppose after a certain point where you're easily 36 starring the Abyss, you kind of want to try new things, right? Like, take the Bloom reaction as an example. Like, you don't need a Bloom team, obviously. Like, having a Quicken team with, like, your other Vaporize and everything, like, it's sufficient to clear the Abyss, but you do a Bloom team because it's fun. So doing, like, unique teams like that, it's something people try, because you want diversity, I guess, in your playstyle.
Here you go.
If only it was still easy. You don't really like the current Abyss layout and are very friendly to more unusual team comps. Yes, actually, one of the problems with the current Abyss is Electro-Dendro combination for the second team, because you have like that boss that basically requires you to do like a quicken on it. So that's very limiting. That's why you can't really play Bloom on the current Abyss. Well, I'm talking about the 12th floor. You like, at least I can't do Bloom because I have to put my Dendro characters on the second team, right? So I have none left for the first one, especially because I haven't built Yao-Yao. So I have Naida and Colleen the Traveler, and I put Naida on the second team because she's like necessary with Al-Haytham. But yeah, like the current Abyss is kind of a little hyper-specific. Man, I'm really lucky today with the drops. I feel like I've gotten like 10, 11 crystalline dust today from the fungi. It's really strange.
I can do it.
Bloom is heart-locked out of the second half first chamber because you can't break cryo shields with a Bloom. Yeah, exactly. Unless you're fine with not getting full stars in the first chamber. No, I agree. Like, that's why I said, like, you can't utilize Bloom on this at all, which makes it limiting. But I assume the next Abyss, for the next version, if we have Nilou and Nahida rerunning, it would be more friendly towards Bloom. At least I hope, because I really want
Time to broaden the horizons again.
I really want to play around with Bloom in the Abyss, see how like it works in different situations.
With all my strength. Hey!
No, my sword!
Flicker.
outlines your fate.
I need to heal them occasionally, unless otherwise they'll die. It's like last time.
I hope we find long.
Is this tingling? Is this gonna be her last fragment, or are there more?
Here! I see everything!
She has more fragments? I see. So we do have a considerable amount of the quest remaining. Okay, that's good. That is good.
I'll ensure your safety. There are still so many...
Wait, did I miss it? Oh. I wasn't even looking at the map.
With all my strength! This may hurt a little.
Here you are.
I literally just walked past it. What the hell? Oh god, the coffee went cold. Jesus. Her invincible husband is shaken by the tragedy, his greedy heart blinded by ecstasy. Oh, is it talking about Ormazd? I assume. Addiction. The usurper's rule. Is it talking about Parvis Ravon? Is that the usurper in question? Paimon addiction is unacceptable, however, pull for our characters. Very true. They don't realize that the entirety of the player base is technically addicted to the game. The gacha system. When you think about it though, it's pretty interesting how they took Ormazd and they made him this kind of like a tyrant character. Even though technically Ormazd isn't only the name of Ahura Mazda, like Ormazd was actually the name of Sasanian era kings as well. And some of them were pretty questionable, to say the least. Ormazd was before Parvis Ravon, yes. Ormazd is, I think, the father of Shirin, if I remember correctly. So, he is indeed before Parvis Ravon. Which is also historically true, because in Sasanian era, Hormizd was the grandfather of Khosrow Anushirvan, I think. Either the grandfather of... No, he was the father of Khosrow Parvis. So here, Ormazd is the father of Shirin, which is Parvis Ravon's wife. But in real life, Hormizd was the father of Khosrow Parvis. So, it kind of like switched like that. And Hormizd is basically another variant of Ahura Mazda, just like Ormazd. So they're technically the same, just different variants of the same original word. The only thing that didn't add up was someone carving Mount Damavand. Where's my Farhad? Yes, true. I agree with that. We needed a Farhad. By the way, there is a Farhad in game. There's in Sumeru City, there is an NPC named Farhad, but like that's about it. He doesn't have any special lore or role in the story. But the name is there. If I remember, he was in Nilu's story quest, I think. Or was it Hushang? I don't know. It was either Farhad or Hushang. One of them. It was Hushang? Okay. But Farhad is in the same area. I think that's why I confused it, because he is in the Grand Bazaar, I think. God, this music is so beautiful. He stands next to the billboard? Yeah.
Positions. Hey!
God. Why am I getting so lucky with the drops? I might as well be just farming for whatever character is going to come next, who I totally don't know. I swear, like, I feel like I've gotten more than 10 like crystalline dusts today.
I let my guard down.
Cap the Great, hello. You can't believe both new characters for next patch use mushrooms? I mean, I don't rate leaks? Yeah. What new characters are you talking about? What are leaks? What? What is she doing? Why did it make it harder than it necessarily was? Okay, there we go.
Here you go.
You've been following my Twitter ever since I started tweeting about Iran and Zoroastrianism. It's great. Aw, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate that you've been sticking around for this long. And it makes me very happy that you've enjoyed my threads. It's very heartwarming. It was, I think, July last year that I started making threads. So it's pretty insane that my account grew like this amount in this period of time. I never expected it to happen like this, but it makes me very happy.
Flicker.
With all my strength. on me. Everyone hold hands.
Witness the power of Gugwa. Know my sword.
It's been a great time. That makes me very happy. I appreciate it. I think I had 50 followers the July of last year when I first started making threads. Well, technically I had 10 followers, but after I made the first thread, I think I had like 50 followers or something. And it just kind of like grew very fast. So it's nice to see someone who's been following my account since the beginning. I was very motivated to make threads because like Iranian culture as well as Zoroastrianism especially is very, very unknown to the world. So most of the Genshin fandom had absolutely no idea what Zoroastrianism even was, let alone the fact that it was like utilized so extensively in the game. So I was like, well, I have a lot of knowledge about Zoroastrianism. Let's put it to use. This is a great opportunity, and well, I guess it was well received. But again, I never expected that. I'm very lucky in that regards. The crystal goblet of Al-Ahmar. Do I mind if you... No, I don't mind at all. You can add me here. It's okay. The Goblet of Al-Ahmar. Interesting. What is that supposed to be? The destroyer of Grabat, the mother of the despicable. Sister? What? Oh, it's Fergis. I like how just like they used Shahnameh as like free real estate. You heard it's a Zoroastrian thing, but your other teachers think it's Islamic? Wait, what are you talking about? What is it that you think it's a Zoroastrian thing, but your other friends think it's Islamic? You're still molding over Rustam being someone we'll never meet because he's some distant past NPC. Yeah, that makes me sad too. I feel like he had so much potential. Like, they had the name. They could have made him into a playable character. Imagine? Like, a playable character named Rustam. Like, it would have been really cool. But I suppose, like, someone needed to be in the role of Signor's lover and, like, her past to make her who she is right now. It's also interesting because Rustam isn't implied to be from Sumru either. Like, he's just, like, he met Signora in Mondstadt, I think, right? So it's not even explained in lore whether he was from Sumeru. We just kind of guess he was from Sumeru because he has a Persian name, but you never know. I mean, we have Cyrus in Mondstadt, who has a Persian name, but he isn't from Sumeru. But yeah, Rostam had a lot of potential, just like Corvus, right? Like they used Corvus for a distant scholar, like in the game. There were others too, like Purbiruni, Pursina. Like these were really important Iranian scientists. Like they could have made them into like a character, right? Especially like Pursina. Imagine we would have had a playable character named Pursina. That would have been really cool. It's so weird, like Ejdaha's name just being that for no reason. Actually, Ejdaha's name is Ejdaha is because they actually used him as an inspiration. I don't know if you've watched the video on YouTube, but the developers made a video explaining what they used as inspiration for Ejdaha. And the first part of the video explains that they used Ajidahaka from Iranian culture as an inspiration of Sumeru, like as an inspiration, not Sumeru, but as an inspiration for Ajda, the creature in the game. So I assume the localization choice was because they had planned it actually originally. Yes, I agree. It's the fact that it's in Liyue. I feel like it would have a lot of potential if they would have put the boss in Sumeru, especially in Damavand, right? Like it would have been canon if they put the boss in Damavand. Like you would have needed to fight him in the heart of Damavand. That would have been super nice. You think Elisa and Sino's mentor's name actually got mistranslated? Really? What's the name in the original Chinese version?
May my final stand.
Sharing my knowledge. Grow, grow, grow. With all my strength.
Rain outlines your...
Here you are.
Rain cutter.
Here. Committed to memory. Positions.
No, my sword.
This may turn a little. Dance with the waves.
Flicker.
Rain outlines your...
The Temple of Wisdom.
Deflect.
You have to go, but hoping you get to catch more of my streams. Oh, okay. Have a great day or night. Thank you for dropping by. I really appreciate the time you were here. See you next time. Mondstadt Cyrus is pronounced Lucy, which is weird if they're the same name. Ah, okay. So they don't have the same transliteration. I see. Well, maybe it was something they communicated between the localization team and the original developers. Although I feel like that's something that doesn't happen always, because like you can tell sometimes the English localization differs so vastly from the original that there's no way that there was communication between them for those. Like for example, the Podesara flower, which in the original is Podeshah, and the English changed it for literally no reason at all. Or like some of the rainforest location names in the original Chinese version, the term is from Buddhism, but the English version chooses a Zoroastrian concept and completely changes the meaning of it. So sometimes it's really strange, because it's like if they communicated like with the localization team, and if the intention was for the localization team to have not the localization team, but if the intention of the original Chinese developers was to have those names, then they would have used those names. So it doesn't make sense that the localization would create such like making things up, I guess. They just mess up sometimes and forget. Yeah, I agree with that. Sometimes they really do mess up. Like it's obvious. Like the same goes for like the Academia and the Darshans, which they completely changed from the original version, which was supposed to be the Amesha Spenta of Zoroastrianism. And then they changed it really for no reason, throwing in a Hindu concept into something that was originally Zoroastrian. And then they've done the vice versa too. So, or like the whole thing with Wadi al-Majuj on the desert, like completely unnecessary. Like in the original Chinese version, the name is Giant's Canyon. They could have chosen any kind of name, but they were like, no, we're gonna make it Wadi al-Majuj. Really strange stuff sometimes. But of course, the pinnacle has to be the Ojile Nachnot. Like I have to always talk about that because it's just so goofy. It's so goofy on so many different levels. String net supremacy. Yeah. It's like they didn't even bother to put the correct word as nakhle. Like it was supposed to be ojile nakhle, which would be the nuts of the date palm, which again doesn't make any sense at all, but at least it would have been reasonable. But then they removed the L from the end of it and it became ojile nakh, making it string nut, making it such a goofy choice. Like why not just name it khurma? Like it's literally dates in the original Chinese version, right? Or is it date palm or is it date? I don't know. I remember reading the original Chinese version, and I think either the translation was date palm or date. Like if it was date palm, they could have just named it nakhl, right? And there's no nut in the original version, I think. And then adding ojil into it, like, why? Really strange localization choices for for Sumeru. I know that there have been weird localization choices in the past too, especially in dialogues. Like, I've seen so many instances of people talking about the English localization changing the entire meaning of a dialogue and misrepresenting what a character's personality is through that change. I don't know about the locations, for example, in Liyue or Inazuma, and how they may have messed up the localizations, but Sumeru I know because a lot of the words they used were Persian. And it's like, if they had so much resource to use, which they did because they like utilized a lot of concepts from Shahnameh and Zoroastrianism, a lot of Avestan words, which they must have done a lot of research to actually choose from, why didn't they choose like correct words in certain cases? I feel like there must have been like a mismatch in between the teams. It's like it wasn't the same team always. Or it wasn't the same people. Or not all the people within the localization team were like as skilled as one another. I don't know. But there must have been a mismatch between them, like lack of proper cooperation or communication. You know this isn't localization, but shout out to Matto, the storyteller, Ohangar the blacksmith, and Shivirm the chef. Don't forget Sag the dog, and Oroyish the hairdresser. Let's not forget those, and Oshpazi the chef. If we're gonna go, let's do it all the way. Oh my god, we're gonna finally go to the Eternal Oasis, the Orchard of Paradisa. I'm very excited. I've been waiting to see that with my own eyes, because I've seen pictures of it before, but this is the first time I'm progressing into it in the story. Kimia, the alchemy table, yeah. Exactly. There's one more in Port Ormos, which is, I think, Turutgar or something? Which has basically the job as the person. And Golubkir. Have you seen that Golubkir guy in Port Ormos? Who's like a snake charmer? There's so many goofy stuff like that. Oh my god. The Orchard of Paradisa. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I need to take a picture of this. Okay. When you tell Kimia, the alchemist, the art of chemia, he thinks it's named after him. Well, technically speaking, wait. Ah, it's trapped in time. The eternal oasis, so that's why. God, that music is so beautiful. Jesus. Like, I had heard the music before, but when you hear it in the context of... Sorry, I'm just running around like an idiot because this is so beautiful and I kind of need to process it before moving to the next part of the quest. Wow. Naming it the Orchard of Paradise was such an interesting choice too. Because the Chinese version doesn't use the exact word Paradise, and Paradise doesn't mean eternal oasis. It means the original Avestan meaning is walled or enclosure, but the importance of Paradise is that it's the ancestor word to the Persian Paradis and also to the English paradise, which means Garden of Paradise. So technically speaking, the Orchard of Paradise means the Orchard of a Garden of Paradise, which was one of the very, very, very few instances of the English localization team choosing a word different from the original Chinese version, but actually making it look better, which is quite odd and surprising, but it was a very clever choice. It's also interesting because the rainforest region has that location called Paradis Di, and back then last year when the rainforest region came out, I actually mentioned the word Paradise in one of my threads. I said that the word Paradis, which is Persian for Garden of Paradise, comes from Avestan Paradise. And I never thought they would actually include the original word in the game, so I was very surprised to see it in the desert and connected to the goddess of flowers. It was a very pleasant surprise. It has happened a lot when I've talked about a concept from Zoroastrianism or Iranian culture before it's being mentioned in the game, and then like one or two versions afterwards, boom, it suddenly appeared in the version. Like, too many predictions. My God. You're so glad that the Eternal Oasis isn't a domain and we can go back to it. Ah, thank God. I didn't know that. That's super cool. Exploration knowledge. The memories of the Queen of all Oases have followed those oases into the unchanging past, turning into tightly shut flower buds. There may yet be some small guiding power within them when touched by someone who has been chosen by the oases. These buds will guide them to a certain spot. There one may summon the memories of the past and through them change the situation in the present. Gain the guidance of the goddess of flowers by the means to find the lost inscriptions that once marked the three thrones. I already know about that one. I was spoiled that on Twitter. Wait. There is a chest here that I cannot open. Oh well. Maybe after we insert everything. Such a pretty place, and such a absolutely astonishing music. Just a timeline to change the sites within the Orchard of Paradise, huh? Aha.
Wow, what a lovely surprise.
Her voice echoes. Oh, how cute. Is that what happens every time a character talks on screen? It just echoes throughout the Orchard of Paradise. That's so cool. I think there was another one here. Okay. Wow. Look, I know I have to do the next part of the quest, but my god. I just kind of want to go around. If I touch the flower, it moves to the next spot. Yeah, I figured that much. That's an inscription. But there's another bud over there. Oh, it's blocking? Okay, let's see where this goes.
Let me help you pack this up.
Wait. Look, she walks on water. Because it's stuck in time, her feet doesn't go through water. That's such a cool detail. It's so canon too, because she has like her with the goddess of flowers. She has like references to the Yazata Anahita, who was a deity of the waters. And she was supposed to embody the water, so for her to like walk like this on it, such a cool detail. Okay. Okay, there we go.
you?
My team right now is like Deshret reference guy, Dendro Archon, Goddess of Flowers reference girl, and some random Liyue kid. The random Liyue kid is just a literature nerd who knows about all this, and he just like he's accompanying the three because he just finds it so interesting. Like he's definitely read all of this lore in a book. He was like, I'm gonna accompany them. Do you hear that from outside? The sound of sirens? He's there to write about them, exactly. The lore is too interesting. Aha, there we go. If I remember correctly, that's the letter N in the Deshret script, right? I think so. When I was writing that thread about the... when I was writing the thread about the inscriptions on the primal obelisks, I kind of learned some of the Deshret script letters. I think that's N.
Wow, what a lovely surprise.
Okay. I think that's all we needed to do for this section, right? Or maybe there was something up there. Let me see. I'm just trying to check everything. I don't want to miss stuff. Oh, she can't go up there. Oh no. It's okay. It's alright, we'll return. I'm going to have to end the stream soon because I have to cook food. You know, tonight is the night of Chorshambe Suri, which is the last Wednesday before the Iranian New Year. It's basically kind of like a festival that we celebrate. Technically speaking, if you live in Iran, there's like a lot of fireworks, jumping over the fire and stuff like that. I'm not gonna be doing those though. We also have like cooking. We cook specific types of food, gather with friends and family. So I need to cook because my friends are coming over. So I'm gonna have to wrap up this stream in like 5 or 10 minutes. The lovely explosions outside informed you greatly, to be honest. Yes. I'm actually surprised. Like, I didn't know that right now in Iran people have the motivation to still do fireworks, considering like. But I guess it's kind of like a booster of morale, right? People need something to boost their spirits. with the amount of sheer oppression that is happening in Iran right now, festivals like this is really the only thing people have got. Which city are you in? Look, she just walks on water. This is so cool. Oh, you're in Tehran, okay. It's the capital. I need to ask my sister what's going on in Rasht, or my dad. I'm not gonna continue the quest because I'm ending the stream shortly. I just want to go around, look at this beauty for a bit more, and then end the stream. Can't go that way. It's the three thrones. Okay, I'll end the stream now. Thank you so much for everybody who dropped by and watched the stream. I really appreciate the fact that you guys engaged with the stream and talked in the chat. Always very fun. And I hope you guys will have a wonderful day or evening depending on where you are. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Until the next time I stream, I will definitely let you guys know on Twitter. So stay tuned and have a good one.